Hey, we back with another banger video. We back on the topic of BBLs, man. Like the last video was bad, but this one part two, this pretty bad too because a whole bunch of people are losing their life trying to impress. I don't know who they trying to impress because a lot of guys don't like them BBL bodies anyway. But like I say, this is a serious video because it's low key sad what these women go through to just be accepted because of Instagram. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible, man. And like I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna reiterate this. Be happy with the body God gave y'all, man. Be happy with how God created you. You feel me? Point blank. Don't go through procedures. Literally, BBL is the most dangerous procedure you can ever get. I didn't even know that. I learned that today. BBL is the most dangerous surgery. Crazy, man. Real talk. But hey, y'all check this first video out.
Figure. But 29-year-old Lauren Robinson is about to pay the ultimate price for cosmetic beauty. The mother of four wanted to fix a botched breast augmentation surgery from years ago that left her scarred. She decided to go to a clinic in Matamoros, Mexico for the procedure. The town is notorious for questionable conditions and cut-rate cosmetic procedures. Lauren chronicled the entire journey, posting video of her body before the surgery. Here she is, en route to Mexico. And this is a photo of her in the clinic with her husband right after the 3-hour procedure. In addition to getting her breast fixed, she got a Brazilian butt lift and liposuction. In no time flat, she appeared back to normal. Stephen Fabian spoke to her husband.
She went back to work. Everything was great.
Here she is, headed to a fishing trip with her kids. But a few days after this trip, she started to feel terrible.
She just kept randomly having, like really bad migraines where she wanted to cry.
While all this was going on, Garrett, did you both have suspicions? Okay, this has to do with the surgeries in Mexico?
Yeah, that didn't take us long to realize.
What no one knew is that there was a ticking time bomb in her body. Doctors determined that Lauren had contracted fungal meningitis. It's believed she got it from either contaminated anesthesia or unsterilized equipment in Mexico.
You're putting a needle into the spinal canal. So if anything, the needle or other equipment is contaminated when you're doing that procedure, you can be introducing fungus or other contaminants into the spinal canal, and that can cause a meningitis.
Lauren suffered 4 mini strokes as her health declined and ultimately was put on a ventilator. Lauren died on May 31st, 3 months after the breast surgery. And now the CDC says 17 people have suspected meningitis after going under the knife in Mexico. A total of 212 U.S. residents are being monitored for signs of the deadly infection. Lauren's husband has a message.
Don't go to Mexico for anything like that. It's not worth losing your life.
Figure.
First
but
video
29.
Y'all seen that? That's tragic, man. Tragic. I condolences to her. And I don't know. I haven't followed up on it. I don't know if she lost her life or whatnot, but bro, to have strokes, man. And many people, she's not the only one who got that disease. It's crazy. Like, I think they said like 17 people. That's a lot. And one girl actually died from it, from a BBL. And I'll show y'all that clip right now.
A Houston mother is sharing her heartbreaking story after losing her daughter to fungal meningitis.
Yes, she has a message and a warning to anyone hoping to save money by traveling across the border for surgery. Here's Anieli Ruiz.
She was my baby. She was my baby.
With a broken heart, Nora Whitehead is sharing her pain. The loss of her 31-year-old daughter, Cheyenne Medano.
It was hard to believe that there was no hope.
She says Cheyenne had been in an abusive relationship.
She just thought that she was overweight and she thought that she wasn't beautiful anymore.
She wanted to change her image through plastic surgery.
She went to Matamoros, Mexico, and she went for surgery for liposuction and a BBL.
Cheyenne's surgery took place in March at Clinica K3. A friend drove her to Matamoros, she went without letting her family know.
For $3,000, my daughter paid with her life.
Her death from fungal meningitis tied to an outbreak at a pair of clinics in the Mexican border city near Brownsville. The CDC putting out a warning late this summer saying anyone who received the epidural anesthesia at these facilities is at risk.
When a fungus is causing that inflammation or an infection in the lining of the brain, we call it a fungal meningitis.
The problem, doctors say, the fungus is not easy to detect and it needs to be caught early with treatment over a long period of time.
Those are extremely hard to treat.
For Cheyenne, the symptoms appeared quickly. Headaches, sensitivity to light. Her mother says her daughter deteriorated fast.
She went into cardiac arrest on a Tuesday, and she wound up on life support from there on out, and she never came back out from it.
2 months later, Cheyenne was gone.
My daughter suffered.
Cheyenne leaves behind friends and family, including her own daughter, just 8 years old.
She thought her mom was going to go to heaven and come back.
Cheyenne's mother now left with so much ache and anguish. She hopes by sharing her suffering, she can help prevent other women from going to a clinic across the border.
Your life is really at risk and you're really paying with your life.
And help other families avoid the same pain.
Please don't do it. It's not worth it.
Anayeli Ruiz, KHOU 11 News.
Y'all seen that? So this is more common than we think. People losing their lives, people getting their kidneys took, all this other crazy stuff. It's common, man. Especially people who want to go and take a shortcut and pay $3,500 for one of the most dangerous surgeries you could ever get. Please don't do that to yourselves, man. But y'all check out these other clips.
Hi guys, I thought I'd quickly jump on as I'm seeing so much online about this lovely young lady that's lost her life due to BBL, liquid BBL filler. It's such a sad situation that's happened and it could be helped. There's so many people in the industry at the moment that are doing the right things and, you know, following the right procedures, and there's so many people that isn't. We are screaming, and I mean screaming out for regulations in the UK, and I think they need to do it ASAP. This is such a sad tragedy that's happened, and it's got to this point, and we still don't have any regulations. Honestly, I'm seeing this and a few other things, and I am going to put the other thing on that I have seen. But I'm lost for words. I feel, I just don't even know how the family feeling if I'm feeling like this. It's just sad. So
scary story. A popular influencer has passed away after a BBL surgery, and a scientist has been arrested as a result of the tragedy. 33-year-old Aline Ferreira died on Tuesday due to complications from a surgery that was meant to increase the size of her bottom. I'm just letting those who don't know what a BBL is know what it means. I'm in no way being disrespectful for saying that. That's what that surgery is for. Aline had polymethyl methacrylate applied to her bottom during the procedure at an unlicensed clinic. This was in the city of Goiânia on June 23rd. Reportedly, she was in a coma and went into cardiac arrest on last Friday and then on Sunday. Her husband stated that Aline returned to her home in Brasilia, and that was on the same day of the surgery, and that she was doing well. But unfortunately, her medical condition started to get worse the day after the surgery, and she started to run a fever. She was absolutely beautiful and stunning. Her husband then reached out to the clinic of the surgery. This is not a picture of her, but instead is a picture of the biomedical scientist who owns the site and who performed the procedure, and her name is Graciele da Silva. This person told Aline's husband that all of this was normal, the fever and all of this, and that she should just take medicine for her fever. On June 26th, Aline started having horrible abdominal pain, and then on June 27th, she fainted. She was then admitted to the hospital and stayed there until the following Saturday, and that day she was transferred to a private hospital. It was said that the scientist, Graciele, had injected 30 mLs of polymethyl methacrylate to each of her buttocks. However, she tried to go against and say that these claims weren't true when she visited Aline at the hospital and stated that she only applied a biostimulator and said that the infection may have been caused by Alleen's bed sheets at her home. You've got to be kidding me. Now Brazil's National Health Surveillance Agency says that methacrylate, which is a gel that is injected, should only be used to treat serious issues like polio in the event they provoke the development of deformities of the body. So Gracieli, the scientist, was luckily and eventually arrested. This was Tuesday. This was as part of the investigation against consumer relations. The clinic was also shut down since it did not have a health license. This is so sad, and reportedly Alleen was a mother of 2. She was very well known for creating content about travel, fashion, and daily living on all of her social media platforms. She was absolutely gorgeous and so young, and my heart and prayers go out to her family and friends.
I heard that after some BBLs, like the girls got to go back after like 7 or 8 years to redo them because they lose fat. So that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, depending on like your metabolism, things like that, eventually with life, you know, we gain weight, we lose weight, things like that.
Yeah.
So again, a little bit, but
Okay.
that specific area, even with BBLs, if you can see, women, they can lose weight, they can gain weight, but that area where they had the fat transfer done, it's not really going too much.
Yeah, that's another thing, because when I do see BBL sometimes, I guess the girls think that they don't have to work out, and then
yeah.
they gain all this weight everywhere else, and then they look like blow-up dolls per se. And it's
And
like,
the problem is, if you remove fat, for example, from your stomach, and your face never used to be fat, if you start gaining weight, your stomach won't gain weight much, but your face will, because the fat got to go somewhere. So it's going to start going to the arms or the face, or, you know.
yeah, I gotta watch out for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, girl, yeah, you should have never touched your body like that. Or stay in the gym. Like that.
Y'all see that, man? But hey, all I'm gonna tell y'all is this. If what society try to tell you, I'm saying this so wrong. Forget what society is telling y'all. Wait, I'm sorry. Well, I'm trying to get it right, bro. I'm trying to get it right. What society has made cool, y'all gotta forget that, man. Forget that and be who God created y'all to be, man. Straight up, man. Because society, bro, will have you doing stuff that's not you to try to appease people who don't care nothing about you. You know? And that's, bro, I got so many ideas of videos I'm going to do that's just attacking modern culture. Because it ain't just the females, it's the males too. Trying to act cool and try to be gangsta out here killing each other to be accepted, to be cool. Ain't nothing cool about that. Ain't nothing cool about going to jail getting your booty took. That's for the men. Because a lot of these YNs you see who so hard in the streets, who can't fight, they making somebody bed in prison. They folding somebody clothes in prison, and they bending over for somebody in prison. Point blank. You feel me? How you tough? You 117 pounds. You can't even fight. You barely a buck. Somebody will tip you over. That's why y'all gotta shoot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Tell me what y'all think about the video in the comments. See you guys next video. Always remember, be safe, kings and queens. Let's